Hi, and welcome to Creativity, Weapon of Mass Disruption, where we profile pioneers who have unleashed the power of creativity to disrupt our assumptions, categories, industries, and drive agendas to great effect. Today, I'm joined by former Sudanese child soldier, and now Africa's most famous rap artist and activist, Emmanuel Jal. Emmanuel's story would bring anyone to their knees. At the age of 7, his childhood in South Sudan was violently interrupted with the outbreak of civil war. The next 5 years of his life were the most brutal tapestry of violent warfare, starvation, and survival. However, today, Emmanuel is Africa's best-known rap artist, using his music to promote peace in his home continent. Peter Gabriel has labeled him an artist with the potential of a young Bob Marley, and his activist single, We Want Peace, gives us an insight into his life dedication, the formation of his charity Gwar Africa, and his movement for peace in his home.
Stand up, you want peace, and I want peace.
Emmanuel, thank you so much for joining us. I really want to just first have a chat about your childhood. And in particular, I'd love to know about whether you feel you have a connection to the young Emmanuel before the war.
The only time I get connected to my childhood is when through music, this is where I become a child again. This is where I get to see heaven. When I'm on stage, that's when I get to dance. When the war broke out, you see, I didn't understand what was going on. For the first time I experienced war, I thought, this is it, the world is ending.
You talk about, in your music, losing your mother to the war. What happened?
I used to think she was shot, but actually she died out of exhaustion because she was pregnant when she was running, and she died on my grandmother's arm, trying to give birth, so she died with a baby. I wasn't in connection with what was going on, and up to now I don't know everything, because at the age of 7, my father sent me to school in Ethiopia, and it was a difficult journey. Here I am, nobody there. A lot of young people, when we arrived in Ethiopia, were dying of starvation.
And you're still 7, 8 years old at this point?
I was trained at 8, now going to 9. I remember what happened in my village, and I said, I'm going to learn how to fire this AK-47 so I could revenge for my family. I went for the wrong reason. I did not know what the war was for, but in my mind, I know my home has been burned down, and I have an idea who did this.
So it was hatred and revenge.
Mine was hatred and revenge.
So when was the moment that you realized that this was not right? What happened that enabled you to say, hang on a minute, the hatred and the revenge isn't what I need?
We planned an escape before, which was terrifying, where a lot of us died on the way. I remember only 16 people survived in the journey. And I was tempted to eat my friend. We ran out of food, and we're depending on vultures and snails. Part of my head said, eat now, and some part of me, it will haunt you for the rest of your life. So a bird came, so a friend of mine shot that bird, and that's the bird, it's crow. So I ate every little piece of that crow, the feathers, intestine, the brain, the claws, everything. And that's the bird that stopped me from eating my friend.
You know, the story of your childhood is full of darkness. And you have an amazing line, which is that you want to shine light where there is darkness. But there's so much that you've been through. Do you think the light can ever really penetrate?
If a woman is raped, it's like she has been poisoned. But if she managed to survive the poison, she come back to life. She's no longer herself. She's a different human being. She becomes a superhuman being. And she will shine like light. So my journey is I've been poisoned. You know, look at anybody who has been traumatized. They never grow. If anything, you've witnessed anything, abuse or any kind of thing, you never grow as a human being. You've been poisoned. You've been literally killed. So with time, when you heal, then you become somebody else.
Have you healed?
I have healed. And part of the journey that helped me to be who I am and to forgive was through education. I was rescued by a British aid worker called Emma McCune. She smuggled me to Kenya, put me in school. When I was able to read and write and learn a bit of English, I met other people. A lady called Mrs. Mumu, who introduced me to Martin Luther King, and other people introduced me to Gandhi. So I was able to read and learn about people who have gone through difficult time and how they converted their energy. So I fed my soul with positivity. And by that, by realizing the truth, then I was able to forgive and let go.
Your music is so soulful, and the lyrics are so rooted in a personal story that no one can really ever understand. What was the role that music played when you were a kid going through these terrible experiences?
Well, music is the only thing that will speak to your mind, your heart, your soul system, and also influence you without even you knowing.
Right.
You see, music is where everybody gets to see heaven again. Music can make you cry. Music can make you laugh. Music can make you dance. Music can make you kill.
You talked about in your second album, Ceasefire, which was a collaboration for the first time of Christian and Muslim artists. You said that it was a challenge to myself, saying if you really have forgiven, then you can do this song. Was it possible? You could forgive and you could do that song?
I'd already forgiven, but it was an album to say, look, here, we are working for a common cause.
Right.
We all want peace.
And you think you can use it to inspire?
I have to focus on something tangible, because education has rescued me. Education has elevated me and has opened my mind. So I want to use my platform to give other people opportunities, finding them a scholarship, or that's where I founded a charity called Go Africa to help me build school in my country.
You have such a clear vision of what you think needs to be done. And I know that over the last few years, you've met with the United Nations, Davos, world leaders like Barack Obama. What is it that you're trying to get them to do?
Well, I'm just trying to be reasonable. What I'm trying to push is I'm interested in getting peace soldiers. A peace soldier is anybody who has skills, who can use their skills, whatever they are, and shine a light wherever they are. What is peace to me? Peace is justice, equality, freedom for all. Peace is when my belly is full. You know, it's impossible to give peace to somebody with an empty belly. An empty belly person can be influenced by anybody.
What do you think is the root, the soul of your creativity? What is it that enables you to write such fantastic music with such powerful lyrics, but then also take on the world problems of Africa, challenge current infrastructures and governments on how they handle it? What do you think is the thing that makes you be able to be so creative?
Well, the music that I do come out of pain, you know, and Africa has got many countries, but our problem is the same: poverty. We have resources, we never benefit from them. Here is, I'm coming using my story. I'm using it for education, social emotional learning. Then I pick a little thing that I want to do, that I can tangibly do. So every person has to be realistic. What little thing can you deliver? Some of my best lines come out of pain. One of my latest favorite lines is, I sold my soul not for silver and gold, but to tell a story that need to be told. Because I found myself so exhausted at one point. I'm trying to raise money. I couldn't get it to go and help people. You're trying to knock out there. Then you realize I've been telling my story. What have I left for myself? And other people beginning to attack me back. Then the line to strengthen my emotion is, all I gotta do is shine some light in this darkness and I'll be all right. Then I have another line which say, I sold my soul for silver or gold, but to tell a story that need to be told.
Emmanuel, thank you so much. You've been inspirational, iconic, and the way that you use music to reach the world, I think, is the true essence of disruptive creativity.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So today, we've heard the incredible story of a child who's overcome incredible adversity. He put down an AK-47 and picked up a pencil and used his experiences to create powerful, soulful music with a purpose. But Emmanuel's creativity is not just expressed in his albums, it is in his approach to the world. He works with a singular purpose, with no boundaries, and with a belief in peace in Africa that is unconquerable. You can become a peace soldier. Visit wewantpeace.org and follow Emmanuel at Emmanuel Jal. And for more information, visit ogilvydo.com.